For your chance to win a daily prize of £1,000, download the Raffler app today. There's a referral link in the description to the Google Play and App Store. Use that link and get an extra £100 bonus added to your daily prize. Also, over on g2a.com, use the promo code CHES to get a discount on your Xbox, PlayStation codes and games. Link in the description down below. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 11 of season number 2 at Newcastle United. We start with the game on Boxing Day away from home against West Ham. This comes just 2 or 3 days after the previous game against Villa, which was unbelievable. If you missed the last episode, definitely check it out, because the game against Norwich and the game against Aston Villa are definitely worth your watch. So we actually have 5th placed West Ham, followed by 4th placed Arsenal today, and we're only 3 points away from both of them. So we could shoot up the table with 2 good results here. There's only a 2-game break between the Villa game and the West Ham one, and a 3-day break until the game against Arsenal, and then we're into the January transfer window with an FA Cup game immediately on the Sunday as well. So fixtures coming thick and fast right now. With regards to the upcoming transfer window, we'll cover this now rather than people just skipping to the end to where I talk about transfers. As things stand, you can see my current transfer budget. It is practically zero. So what I'm planning on doing is moving as much of it as possible over to wage budget and having a look at some players that are running out of contract. I am contemplating selling on a couple of players, but I haven't yet decided who they may be. I'm thinking about selling Tim Krul and having Sells as my number 1 keeper and Favili as my backup now that he's getting into the low 70s rating wise. Let's have a look through. So I'm not really contemplating making any sales with regards to my defence. Iorfa wants to leave because he's not played that much, but I don't want to sell him, so I'm going to try my best to keep him here. Midfielders, Jack Colback and Vernon Anita, I would be open to moving on. Saive, I think I'll probably keep Saive now and move on Anita and Colback instead. With regards to the left mid spot, I was almost certain I was going to sell Kerim Fry, and then he played out of his skin in the last game against Aston Villa. So I'm unsure what to do in that position now. I brought him in, and he hasn't performed as well as I hoped he would do. But are we going to have enough funds to adequately replace him is the issue that I'm contemplating right now. Musa Sissoko's still injured. Hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. And then up top, I'm not thinking about making any other changes there. What I might do is sell Fry and use Bakambu/Gale as a left winger whilst we look to perhaps bring some players in on free contracts. I've asked for as many options as possible with regards just first team quality players that are running out of contract. We've got people like Martin Braithwaite. Lamine Sane I probably won't look at. I'm not really looking for a centre-back, so we'll remove him. Sertic is a good player, but I don't know whether he's exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to take your guys' suggestions on all of these. Diabate I'm not interested in. We don't need a goalkeeper, so I can remove both of those. Agareche, not really. Ibai Gomez is a good player, but not sure whether he's exactly what we're looking for. Fabio Coentrao could be interesting at left back to maybe replace Haidara. We'll have to wait and see what you guys potentially think about that. I would be interested in replacing Haidara with Coentrao, considering we have another younger player in Rico Henry. Hoga, not really interested in. Didavi looks like a decent player, although his tackling isn't anywhere near as good as it might well be. So I'm not sure. We'll probably have just as good players at the club. Rudy, no. Bastos, definitely no. Soto Berahino is a potential for striker, but we already have 3 strikers. Similarly with Jamie Vardy, he's at Stoke now, and his contract is running out soon. Would Vardy be worth having a pop for next season? I'm not sure how far into the 3rd season we'll get with FIFA 17 on the horizon. Nasser Chadli, though, looks like he could be potentially a decent option for left mid. He's not the fastest, but technically he's very good. And we've tried the option of having fast players out wide with Rolando Aarons and Kerim Fry. It's not really paid off, so maybe a technically gifted player like Nasser Chadli might do us some favours on that left-hand side. We could potentially think about looking at Nasser Chadli. I'll actually ask my scouts to have a look at him at closer detail. Nampalys Mendy at Leicester. Not really too sure whether he'd be worth going for or not. I really don't know. Probably be an improvement on Vernon Anita and Jack Colback, but I'm not sure. Leroy Fer is also a player that I'd be perhaps interested in bringing in. In fact, I'd be very interested in bringing in Leroy Fer, to be completely honest. Marko Arnautovic as well on the left-hand side could really prove to be a good acquisition. So I think Fer, Arnautovic, Mendy, Cohen-Trau, and did I remove... Oh, I think I might accidentally remove... Oh no, he's there, Nasser Chadli at the top. So I think Martin Braithwaite, I'm not going to go for him because everybody always tends to sign Martin Braithwaite on career mode on YouTube. So I'll try and pick some players that aren't necessarily quite so obvious. So that being said, I'll remove Jamie Vardy. But yeah, they're my thoughts right now with the players that we might have available to us on pre-contracts. I'm going to have to sell at least one player, if not two, to try and afford those transfers. But as you can see, the majority of my starting lineup right now are unfit for the game against West Ham. So I'm going to rotate this side quite heavily. I'm going to have to rotate the side quite heavily. I've not got any choice whatsoever. Kevin Fry will come out. We'll put Rolando Aarons in. And we'll put Richie on the right. And then all three midfielders will come out. So Saive, Anita and Jack Colback will go in. We do still have Isaac Hayden, of course, as a midfielder. And Moussa Sissoko, like we say, still coming back from injury. We'll take Fabinho out. We'll put Lascelles in. Put Babu on the bench. Jose played, which is why Koulibaly's in full fitness. Anybody else in decent fitness we can put on the bench? Only goalkeepers. Actually, let's put Isaac Hayden on the bench for Dendoncker. But yeah, that's the situation right now as we head towards this January transfer window. You guys gave me loads of suggestions in the last episodes with regards to transfers to purchase, but as you've seen from my transfer budget, I can't really do that right now, so it's going to be an indifferent window. I will try and get something done if I can, and it's probably going to be a busy window, but not necessarily with regards a number of players coming in, but trying to work something so that we can get at least one player in. We'll find out. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Continue to let me know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about the players we pointed out there for pre-contracts, and also anyone you think I could perhaps try and afford if I could sell on a couple of players. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further episodes of this series or the My Player series. But let's go to the Boleyn Ground and see if we can get 3 points against West Ham, who are above us in the league. I offer. Through the gap to Anita, lays it off to Saive. Space here for Colback, looking for Anita again. Vernon Anita, nice turn. Can he get a shot off? He can, but it's well blocked, and Jack Colback can't get there to the rebound. First chance of the game goes our way, but sadly was pretty comfortable for the goalkeeper there. And Henri Saive is not going to win headers against Andy Carroll, is he? Colback gets the tackle in. Please, Jose, make me a decent run. He's around the outside. He's got people with him. Oh, he's trying his best to skip past everyone. He's going to get this out to Vernon Anita. Whose touch? Oh, lets him down again. Vernon Anita, you are really starting to wick me off now, boy. Saive to Colback. To Rolando Aarons. To Vernon Anita. We'll go back to Rolando Aarons. That's not Rolando Aarons. That is Ayoze Perez. But Perez in the box here. Ayoze Perez! Very well held by Adrian. Trying to get in that far top corner, but the Spaniard had his angles covered. Haidara, Toyosi, get the turn in, and the shot! Looking for the bottom corner! He's hit the inside the post. Really good effort from Ayoze Perez, and they smack it clear. We get it back into the mixer. That was such a good shot. It was really unlucky not to find the back of the net. Get this around the corner. It will still reach Henri Saive. Deflected from Jefferson and over the top of the bar. Anita tackling Noble, but Noble still comes away with it. Nice little flick from Andy Carroll, and the shot was awkward for Tim Krul there. It was from distance and not very powerfully struck, but Tim Krul was struggling to get that around the post, to be honest. Corner to come in from Lanzini himself. That should be much more simple for Tim Krul, and is. West Ham's best chance of the game so far, though. Can we catch them on the counter? No. Another corner for West Ham on the stroke of half-time. Whipped in. Keeper's come to punch. It's not gone very far. Oh, lovely turn by Faguli into Andy Carroll. Oh, he's gone for the back heel shot. Very, very cheeky, but not going to work out, unfortunately, for him. That would have been quite the goal to give West Ham a 1-0 lead. But we're going at the break 0-0. Lanzini's pushing forward, and he's got the pace here. Has he got the skill and the turn? No, Iorfa, tackles him and then tackles himself. And Lanzini's still going here. Manuel Lanzini with the opportunity. Gives it to Kouyaté. Tackled. Keeper comes and punches. And we will eventually get it clear, but only as far as Antonio. Where are you going? That way. Okay. Why can't I get anywhere near him? And he's shot wide. West Ham trying their best at the start of the second half, but that shot from Antonio, thankfully for me, was nowhere near the target. Corner for West Ham. Manuel Lanzini to take. They've taken off Andy Carroll for Enner Valencia, but Enner Valencia is still decent in the air. It's going to end up at Sofiane Faguli's feet. Noble into Ogbonna. Don't fancy him from 25 yards. Ender Valencia, though, in the box now, trying desperately not to trip him and give away a penalty. It's going to go back to Antonio. Gave away a penalty against Chelsea in real life, and Tim Krul makes a save there from the edge of the box. Right, this second half has been purely frustrating for both me and West Ham. Both of us have tried to make inroads in the opposition's half, and nothing has really come off for either side. Haidara, though, could send Bakambu away here if he can keep that in, which he can. We'll look to turn inside Antonio, which he's done very well, driving into the box. Just runs straight into Nordveit. That sums up this second half, really. Nice. Jack Cormack. Nice idea, but poor execution. And that is why this game is almost definitely now going to end at 0-0, especially with only 1 minute added on at the end of the game. Can I win the ball off them sooner rather than later and have one final chance? It doesn't look like it. They're just pinging the ball about. Keeping possession, West Ham settling for the 0-0 draw. I'm not, but I can't get the ball off them to try and do anything about it. A draw against West Ham means that we're still 3 points behind them, but we're not sure what Arsenal have done in the Boxing Day fixtures, so we don't know what the situation is with regards to the top four. We did well enough, but West Ham had the more chances. I mean, a point's probably a fair result, and we were the early kickoff, so we can't see what everyone else has done. Arsenal, though, have Liverpool away. We face Arsenal next, so we'll advance to the Arsenal game now in 3 days' time. Dwight and Gale, well, you're going to play next game, Dwight, so don't worry about it, my man. We are still 8th, but a little bit further away from the European spots, thanks to that draw, unfortunately. Let's have a look. We could go, though, from where we are in 9th now, after a few people have played their 20th game. We could go up into 7th, I think. Yeah, we could go 7th with a win against Arsenal, and that would put us 3 points off 4th again. So we're just going to have to go and beat Arsenal. We have beaten them once already this season, so we'll try and do it for a second time. Right then, Arsenal away. Gale, Bakambu and Deulofeu up top. Usual 3 in midfield of Kovalenko, Dendoncker and Sigurdsson. Really starting to miss Moussa Sissoko, though, I will be honest. Rico Henry, George Okore, Chancel Mbemba and Fabinho at the back with Tim Krul in goal. It's raining at the Emirates, but hopefully we can beat Arsenal for the second time this season. Gerard Deulofeu apparently is the player to watch. He leads the league in assists this year with 7. I still think Ayoze Perez is top of the goal-scoring charts as well. So we're clearly having a decent season. We're just not able to get enough consistency in our results, which is why we sit kind of mid-table at 7th, 8th, where we keep loitering. They're starting Benzema up top again, though, so this is not going to be an easy game. The rain is coming down pretty damned hard as well, so maybe it will lead to a defensive mistake. If it does, hopefully it's at their end of the pitch. Henry to Bakambu. Debussy with him. Play the 1-2, though. No, it's not the 1-2, because that's Dwight Gale. Was intended for Mbemba. Mbemba, what am I even saying? Was intended for Bakambu, and Sigurdsson gives us a 1-0 lead after 7 minutes. Kind of stumbled my way through that, but we have ourselves a 1-0 lead after only a handful of moments in the game. Nice finish from Sigurdsson. The Newcastle fans at the other end are absolutely delighted. It wasn't meant for Dwight Gale. Per Mertesacker, though, even despite having 17 feet long legs, didn't decide to put in a challenge there. Dwight Gale finds Sigurdsson, and the former Spurs man scores against Arsenal. It's Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. Ramsey to Joel Campbell. Runners in front of him, but he can't find any of them. But that is a great bit of football from Arsenal, and Joel Campbell gave it a good old whack from the edge of the box. But he couldn't keep it down. He had a great opportunity in the first game against Arsenal at St James's Park, if I remember rightly. That really wasn't bad. You can see it was headed towards that top corner until it just bent away. Must be windy. Jack to Ramsey. Oh no! I thought it was going to go back to Aaron he is Aaron Ramsey. I thought it was going to go back to Jack Wilshere, so I tried to cut that off. And as it turns out, that opened up the space for him to shoot, hitting the outside of the woodwork. Very close to an equaliser for Arsenal. Nacho Monreal down the left-hand side. Deep cross. Oh my God. No! Oh, I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether Tim Krul pushed it onto the bar, whether it just hit the bar, whether Benzema headed it onto the bar. And then the ball dropped straight to the man waiting with an open goal effectively in front of him to shoot into, and he missed. May even have been Joel Campbell with another glorious opportunity. Somehow we're still 1-0 in front here, but I'm not entirely too sure how we've done it. Sigurdsson to Fabinho. There's space to run into, but not too many options for a pass, although Sigurdsson could lay that to Kovalenko. Can his momentum taking past? Oh, to Busi it does, but the shot goes wide, unfortunately. Good opportunity, and this is the chance earlier on. I still can't figure out who actually got the touch on that. It looks like Tim Krul ended up punching that onto the bar. That's how close it was to going over the line, though. Yeah, I think it was Tim Krul punching it onto the bar. Absolute madness. No idea how Arsenal haven't equalised to this point in the game, but we still have our 1-0 lead for now. To Dendoncker, tackled, but Isaac Hayden picks it up. Kovalenko will lay it around the corner to Rico Henry. I'm trying to just find someone in a central position. Kovalenko somehow ends up with the ball at his feet there. Dwight Gale with a turn. Oh, what a finish from Dwight Gale. Absolute stunner. 2-0 Newcastle. We won the first game against Arsenal at St James's Park earlier on in the season by 2-0. We might just win at the Emirates by the same scoreline. Really, really good strike from Dwight Gale. Per Mertesacker, the defender, involved again. This time, for a second time, deciding not to try and put a leg in. He tried to get something across there to block it, but he's just not quick enough to deal with a turn. And the finish. The finish. Just too good. Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0. Walcott forward to Koscielny, across to Chambers. Defenders linking up in midfield, but is it going to be enough? They keep going backwards, Arsenal. They're trying to build the Arsenal way and score the perfect goal, but at the minute, they're not going to get it. Kovalenko will just poke this, and hopefully Dwight Gale can maybe send through Isaac Hayden. He missed the chance earlier on. He's not the fastest, but he's going to be quick enough to get away, and leaving Mertesacker as your sole defender back is not the right thing to do, Arsene Wenger. We'll try and actually get this to Kovalenko over there, if we can. And if he can bring it down, which he's done very well. The shot, well, powerfully struck, but straight at the keeper. But I should have wasted enough time. So that the final whistle goes. Arsenal 0, Newcastle United 2. We've done the double over Arsenal this season, and those 3 points will come in very handy, especially after a frustrating 0-0 draw against West Ham United. And crucially, we deserved the win as well. That's the most pleasing thing. Liverpool get a 3-0 win over Bournemouth. City win 2-0 against West Brom. Southampton lose. What does the league table look like? Up next for us is a game against Barnsley in the FA Cup. I will have to record at least one video ahead of time so that you can continue to have daily uploads throughout the transfer window. Or just throughout the series, as I always try and do daily uploads. But we are up into 7th and 2 points off 5th and 3 points off 4th, which is what we thought we would be once that 20th round of fixtures got out of the way. So we're just over halfway through the season now. One game into the second half of the Barclays Premier League season, and as things stand, we're in a good position to try and get European football next year. We've got some emails. Are any of them transfer offers? No, just people coming back from loan. Okay, Adam Armstrong is back from loan. Dominic Iorfa wants to leave. Sorry, pal, you're not going anywhere. And my kids at present aren't really of a high enough rating to warrant bringing up. 65's alright. I could maybe try and bring him up and get him a loan deal. Sergio Sprisa. Maybe the same for Tom Fielding. I might try that. I'll have to let you know. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments section. But like I say, I'm going to have to record at least one video ahead of time. So we'll play Barnsley and Manchester United tomorrow and go as far as the City game. But I think that's as far as I'll go without getting at least some transfer window feedback from you guys in the comment section. So drop this video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on the next episode or any further episodes or any FIFA 17 stuff that's so very close now to arriving for us. And I'll see you next time. Ta-da!